Happy Valentine's Day, Karen. I'm Siren of the Circle, and my present to you this year as part of Hooping.org's 2014 Hooper's Valentines is a tutorial. A couple of little birdies told me you have been working hard on your leg hooping, so this is going to be a tutorial on A, how to shimmy it back up from the legs to the waist, and B, several different ways to navigate out of it should you lose your leg hooping. This may get a little long, so I might break it into two. But in any event, I will subsection the different moves in the notes below in the captions. So let's get started with how to get it back up from the knees to the waist. I hope you enjoy. There are two ways we can get the hoop from the knees to the waist. The first is the shimmy, the second is the bump. I personally think the bump is easier, but I'm going to show you them both. First things first, bare legs are usually helpful, but I'm going to do this in jeans. Next thing that's helpful is a larger hoop, preferably one that has some gaffer or grip tape on it. This is going to allow you more time in order to shimmy your hips or bump your knee. Right? Another thing that can be very helpful is turning in the same direction your hoop is moving. So if your hoop goes left, you turn left. If your hoop goes right, you turn right. So, the hoop is going around to my left. Alright, so I'm going to shimmy the hoop up, and I'll show you what that looks like in real time first. Shimmy, 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 up to my waist. So what's happening here is I am raising each hip just a little bit each time the hoop comes around. Alright, you can do this one of two ways. Alright, you can do this by bending your knee, keeping your heels flat on the ground, one knee, the other knee, one knee, the other knee, one knee, the other knee. Or you can raise your heels off of the ground up onto one toe, the other toe, one toe, the other toe, one toe, the other toe. I like to think of it like bike pedals. One's always coming up while the other one is going down. Alright? Without this, the hoop does not move up the body. It just stays at the same level, going front and back, front and back, front and back, round and round. In order to get it up, we need to move something up. That up is coming from our thighs and our hips. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It's like climbing a little ladder. Alright, so each time the hoop comes around, it makes contact with one part of the body. While it's connecting with that part of the body is up nice and high. And so when it makes contact with the other part of the body that's down low, then that part can lift up nice and high as the other part drops down nice and low. Makes contact with that part. Drops to the other side, comes up a little higher on the thigh, drops that leg, comes up a little higher on the thigh, until we wiggle our hips and it's come all the way back up to our waist. So I'll show you that from the side. It's going around my legs, and I'm going to shimmy my hip. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, all the way up to the top. Alright, and from the right. One hip, one hip, one hip, one hip, one hip, one hip. Bike pedals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Climbing the little stairs. Alright, the easier way that I find is what I call the bump. Alright? And with the bump, you're going to be using one leg to raise the hoop until it gets to the point of the hips. And then the hips do the kind of shimmy, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle your bum, bring it all the way up to the rest of the top. Alright, so once again I'm going to the left. I'm going to use my right leg to do the bump. And it looks like this. Bump, bump, bump. Alright, it usually takes me around 3. If you try to go faster than 3, your hoop goes really off kilter. Alright, because you're doing real big bumps. And if you try and go slower, it's just going to take you longer. But the idea is every single time it comes around, you're bumping it higher, 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 higher. So what happens in this instance is I'm going to want to feel, if I'm, again, going to the left, when it makes contact with the right side of my right leg. This is when my brain is going to go, oh, here comes my bump. Because if I wait till it's in front of me and touching the front of my leg, by the time my brain tells my leg to jack it up, it's going to be gone. Bye-bye! Whoop! No more bump. So, when it makes contact with the side of the leg, that's when my brain's going to go, oh, wait, here it comes, and I'm going to bump. And I'm going to lift my foot a few inches off the ground each time. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not trying to march. I'm not trying to bring my knee up to my chest or anything like that. Just a little bump, 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 bump. I call it the jump band stomp. Bump, 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 bump. Okay, so, alright, I'm hooping to the left. It makes contact with the side of my right knee. Jug, band, stomp. And the hoop comes up. Alright, so each time it's connecting with the leg, I'm giving it a push up with the right knee, and a push up with the right knee, and a push up with the right knee, until it comes back to the waist. Alright, so one more time. I'm going to push with the right knee, the right knee, the right knee, the right knee. Every single time it comes around. If you let it go in between, it's going to start, gravity's going to start working its magic and bringing it back down. So I don't want to just go up, back down, every single time, and that's why I call it the jug band stomp. Find that beat, find that rhythm. Each time it comes around, jack that knee up just a few inches. Okay, part 1. I hope this helps you.